Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Steve Hui. I'm the founder and CEO of iFlyFlat. I'm here with my friend Lockie.
G'day. Hey Steve.
Good morning.
What's happening in travel?
Yeah. So this is the PointsTV for Friday, the 9th of December, 2021. Let's kick off.
Awesome.
The week. Well. So actually in sort of good news, like last week we had the outbreak of this new variant, Omicron. And I think the whole world just said, no, let's shut the borders and stop imposing restrictions, right? We talked about that. Well, this morning, there's some news coming out from the WHO that this new variant might pose higher reinfection risk, what we know, but less severe than the Delta strain, which is excellent news.
It is, yeah. It's a bit of a race between vaccinations, and then some countries with this are building up that natural immunity to the virus too. So it is good if it overtakes Delta. I guess there's still so much unknown whether you could get this and Delta, but all around, I think this is a really good news story.
Yeah, so could be a milder disease. So good news, you can tell in terms of good news by sometimes looking at the financials. When you look at the share prices of the travel stocks in Australia, you see that they've started to bounce back up. And that's an indication, because most of the time, if you follow the money, that's what knows best, because money always knows first. So
especially the stock market is much a reflection of confidence in the future of what's happening. So yeah, your Qantas and Flight Centre and all the rest are ticking back up. So that's great. Awesome.
Yeah, and when money's involved, a lot of people are researching.
Yeah.
I also want to mention this again, because it's bringing up a whole heap of just confusion, questions about travel and what you've got to do. The idea is that if you need to travel overseas, a lot of airlines, a lot of countries actually require you to show a negative COVID test. And this is not covered by the government, because this is what they call a surveillance test. You don't believe you got COVID, but you're asking for proof that you don't have COVID. So you have to pay for this. So you have to get a specific test. You can't just go and get a normal test and get an SMS. You have to get a specific test from a private clinic, and sometimes these are at a hospital. These are at all locations around Australia. They cost between $100 and $150 per test, and you get an email with a QR code on it, so you can print out and give it to your airline or the country or whatever you need. Yeah,
and these are slightly different to the domestic tests.
Yeah,
that some states are requiring that you have when you enter the state. Yeah,
different. So please check these out. If you're about to travel, please check this out before you fly, because if you don't have it, you're not flying. It's simple as that.
Yeah, it's good to know.
But to talk about flying and to get tickets to flying, Qantas is about to start flying the A380 to London.
Hey, a points plane.
Yeah, and because they know that everyone's been banking out all their points and they're so desperate to use it, and in fact that word is that there's over 7 billion frequent flyer points have already been redeemed.
Wow.
So they put on these Qantas A380 flights to London, and they can make every seat available for points bookings, classic points bookings.
That's huge. A380 seats nearly 500 people. So that's a lot of point seats.
Yeah. So if you want to fly, getting first, getting first to fly first.
Yeah, first class. Yes, we'll say
premium economy, and of course,
yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it's never short of news. We got a new entrant, Bonza. We mentioned them earlier when they were first making noise and a bit of a splash. So they're going to operate up to 8 aircraft in the first 12 months. So when we first talked about this, we were like, oh, are they going to fly? But it sort of sounds like they actually are going to start flying.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke, but it's actually real. They're actually coming. So that's awesome.
I reckon the plane actually looks pretty good, actually. In that.
Yeah, having lower cost carriers in the mix is good. It's nice to have some budget options. And sometimes you just need a flight last minute, and Qantas and Virgin are often sold out. Very rarely there's just last minute tickets. Sometimes guys, and so these guys may have those tickets last minute. Sometimes you just need to get on a plane. You just need to get down to Sydney or somewhere, or get to Melbourne quickly. So it's good to have more options.
But I guess like us, not everyone, like us early days, not everyone believes in Bonza's ability to service new routes. And Alan Joyce said that in actually the Kappa Aviation Summit, which was only this week.
Yep.
Saying that he doesn't believe they can. So let's see what's going to happen. It's used to know that there is a new entrant in the Australian market that's, I guess, that was completely shut down by COVID. Yeah. The fact that there's opportunity and money to be made in this area.
Yeah, because we haven't had a new entrant really in a while, like a home brand. I think we had, I still remember Ozjet, and then a couple of other ones we've had before that, but there hasn't been many. So this is the first I've seen sort of enter the market fresh as a new airline in a long time. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's good news. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
So don't forget about Virgin. Virgin is around. What Virgin is doing, they're fine-tuning their market approach and really wooing business travelers and corporate flyers. So unlike the old strategy where they used to try to sort of, in a way, copy Qantas and chase after their customers, they're only looking for a specific niche. And I think that's really clever because every business needs their own niche and just go for that niche only.
Yeah. And Virgin has fantastic culture and hospitality. So they'll do really well servicing business travelers. I actually really like their lounges too, a little bit more than Qantas, in fact. They just have a bit more of a bubbly, lighter feel to them. Very much more relaxed. Yeah.
Well, it says here that they're going to be investing even more to making their lounges better.
Yeah.
Targeting the small to medium enterprise segment, which is interesting, is it's our segment as well. Except that our strategy is helping them use points to fly rather than cash, which means that you have no price fluctuations at all. So they're targeting them. What's sort of interesting is they sort of said that international travel may not be on the cards.
Now, we did at a previous PointsTV a long time ago. We looked at their revenue, and Velocity was making money, the domestic was making money, the international and Tiger Air was losing a lot of money. And so the question always was, will they ever go back to international, and how they do it? Because they never had quite partnerships to actually, because there's a lot in running an international operation. You need lots and lots of partnerships, and you need to book out gates and get route plans and all this stuff put together. And it's a lot of costs. So interesting to see if they actually do go back, like put their own planes in the air to go to places like Japan and USA.
Yeah. So in a way, I think the strategy is smart to just go with partners, because partners have lots of capacity and you through. There's actually lots and lots of money to make domestically, as seen by Bonza and it's coming in. So good luck with that as well.
Yeah, I personally think, Delta's a fantastic airline, and so is ANA to Japan. So if you can use your Velocity points to fly, I think the people are really going to mind. It's nice to have those Virgin Business seats to Los Angeles. I think people, if they do stop, people are going to miss those. But the ability to use your points then across those partners is still great. So
yeah, definitely. Well, talking about luxurious. No more. We're moving away from the bargain end. We're going towards the end.
From Bonza to first. Yep.
And Executive Traveler did this nice article I wanted to share with you. It's a very unique angle about first-class airline lavatories, and not many people will see this, because you actually have to be flying first class to get access to use this restroom. So
what they need, well, we should submit this to David Flynn, is they need that little scrubber where you can go before and after. So they're doing an economy versus the first class lavatory where you can go left and right and have a look.
The picture of the economy will be tiny.
Yeah.
The whole toilet.
Sometimes you open the door and you wonder if you can actually close it with yourself in it. That's why the door folds in half to actually get yourself in there.
So economy toilet, you're wondering if you can fit one person in there. When we looked at this one, which is the Singapore one, you can fit like 15 people. The whole first-class cabin could be in the toilet.
That's great.
So it's pretty luxe. And I'm sure there'll be a picture here about the Emirates one. Of course, this is the most famous one with the shower.
Yep.
Showering 30,000 feet in Qatar, like all beautiful, or basically like hotel in the sky. But really neat article, because if you're into maybe Now, some people have a bucket list and they got places to go, or some people might have a bucket list to tick up all the first class restrooms they've seen.
And we're helping them do that with this upcoming training.
Yeah, so I thought it was a good idea just before Christmas. Like, I come across many people that say they've never flown first class before. And obviously, with my background, my understanding with points is that actually flying first class is actually pretty easy if you understand the maths behind the points. So I really understand why, like, no one wants to pay $15,000 for one first class ticket. And I guess $30,000 for a couple, that's like the price of a car. And in some places, that's probably like a deposit for a house or something. Not in Sydney, but in other places, you can definitely do that. So I thought just before Christmas, in order to support Little Wings Children's Charity again, really want to reach the $10,000 donation target. We are about $7,500 now, and this is the last push. I really want to share with everyone the steps you can do to fly first class without paying for all of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's going to be a great night. So that's on December the 14th,
Yep.
via Zoom.
By Zoom, it's live. I'm going to do it one time only. So this is next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Sydney time.
6 p.m.
And I'll show you basically what you need to do to fly first class, to earn a point and fly first class. And it's one of those things, once you get it, you can just do it again and again and again. And I must say, I'm not someone who even pay money to fly first class, but I've done a lot of first class. So basically, hopefully I'm demonstrating that it works, and it works for basically anyone.
Awesome. So it's a free event. They can register at iFlyFlat, the website, and they can make a donation before, after, or during the event, I guess.
Yeah.
Little Wings directly. We have a link on the website, that they can just directly make that donation.
So just go on the iFlyFlight website. There's a link at the top to the lead page. Read about it. Register here. So it is a free event. Donation is totally optional. But like I said, I really want to reach a $10,000 target. And if you get value from it, if you can see yourself using what I talk about to fly first class and save yourself 15 grand, hopefully maybe you think the donation is worth your time and worth my time.
Yep. So there's a link on this page, and we'll send them the link after the event. Hey, that they can that link goes to our funding page, which has the target bar there, and they can just directly donate to Little Wings. So they'll get the deduction. Yeah. So
once you register, you get sent what you need to know.
Awesome.
Also, still doing more podcasts, doing some more media, and really proud to talk about today. The Influence Unlocked podcast is out with Samantha Dieback. She's the managing director of the PR Hub, and she's into season 3, episode 13, and just out today. Like in this session, I really talk about obviously the journey about how I started iFlyFlat, but I also went into covering that your ability to use points to fly business class or first class is more than just the money. Obviously, saving $15,000 per ticket is awesome, but the fact that you can fly first class is something that you will remember for the rest of your life, and you'll remember, you talk about it, and every time anyone brings up the fact that they're going to fly somewhere, you'll be saying, "Oh, you remember the time I flew first class, and this is my experience." But that's what I find. Anyone who's ever flown first class, they just keep talking about it because they're so happy that they've done it.
Yeah, endless travel moments. Yeah, it's so good. It'll be a great podcast. So we'll put a link on that to the website as well to listen to that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So listen to that. And also, there's lots and lots of great podcasts that Samantha has recorded. So don't just listen to my one. Also being inspired by all the amazing people she's already interviewed, and I've been listening to a lot of it and learning a lot as well.
Awesome. Yeah, nice. So good.
Definitely agree with this. You just can't sweat small stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. So that's it for Points TV for this week. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
You can find this mainly on LinkedIn. I'm also posted to Vimeo. I'm also posting it to YouTube, and Instagram. So if you're anywhere, you should be able to find this, but LinkedIn is the main source.
Awesome. We'll see you guys next week. Good to chat.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.